So we'll start with interfaces. Raghav, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So interface is an object. Interface is an object we are using for to load data from source technology to target technology. Source to target. That source, it may be any flat file, may be any database, like any technology. Then target. The target also, it may be flat file or it may be any technology like databases or applications. But in ODI 11G interface, it will support one target table, only one target table. If you want to load multiple target tables, you have to go for multiple interfaces. One interface, it will allow only one target, but the source, you can use multiple objects like multiple tables or multiple flat files or multiple technologies. So go to your project. There is a folder that you can find interfaces. Right click, new interface. Right click, new interface. So I'm creating a new interface. So in definition tabs, there is overview. Here you can see there are different tabs available. Here there are different tabs available. That is definition tab, and down you can see different tabs are available. There are overview, mapping, credit, flow. We'll go by one. First, here we need to provide interface name. First, we need to provide interface name. That is a mapping name. It should be user defined. So we can give any name that should be understandable and reasonable name. Then there is a context, optimization context. That is a called optimization context. So this is context we will use for development time, not for runtime. Runtime context is different. For development time, we need to give any context. Normally we will use here as a development only. Use here only development. That is called optimization context. So whenever you are developing your interface, you need to validate that a table exists or not. You want to see the data. So that time it will connect default this optimization context. Okay, default context, that is development. Runtime context, that is different. You can, while running your interface, you can use that context. Later you will come to know what is runtime context and the differences. Okay. Then here we need to select one logical schema where you are going to maintain your target. Where you are going to maintain staging. So I'm going to maintain my staging in target. I'm going to maintain staging in my target. So that is ODI architecture. ODI supporting staging any RDBMS. ODI supporting staging any native SQL databases. That is, now I'm going to maintain my staging in my target database. Okay. So here first I'm giving interface name. Okay. Then optimization context, default development. You can say that. Then I'm going to maintain my staging in target. So you need to select target logical schema here. You need to select target logical schema. So as we discussed in topology concept, that is physical architecture, context and logical architecture. As a developer, you can access only context and logical architecture. Based on these two combinations, you will connect your physical architecture. That's the same thing we are doing. Context plus logical schema combination, you will connect directly your physical data servers, that is physical schemas. So here, always we can connect logical schemas and the context combination. That is optimization context. So for development time, we will use development time, that is development context. Then logical schema, here we need to select target logical schema. So that is our staging, we are going to maintain target. For example, your staging is going to maintain a source. You have to select source logical schema. Where you are going to maintain staging, that staging we need to select here, that is called logical schema. Then go to mapping tab, go to mapping tab, go to mapping tab. Here is the main mapping area. Here is the main mapping area. This is your target table mapping area. This is your source table mapping area. This down you can see property inspector, that is called properties for your objects, that is data store properties. You need to drag and drop source table into this target table into target mapping area. This is target mapping area. This is source mapping area. Okay, this is target mapping area, source mapping area. So down you can see property inspector. There is properties for your object. I will show you that. Done. Here there is a models, source and target models. Here you can see. You need to drag source table into source mapping area, target table into target mapping area. For example, I am going to use this table, that is EMP table, employee table, as a target table. So select and drag and drop to your target mapping area. So this is my target table. Currently mapping is empty. Why? Because my source table is not available. It is showing empty. Then go to your source model, drag your source table into source mapping area. Drag your source table into source mapping area. Here you can see, select and drag and drop. Then while drag and dropping your source table, it will ask auto mapping. Auto mapping means if source and target tables, the columns are same, it will do the auto mapping. It will do the auto mapping. Otherwise, we have to do manually. For example, if I click on yes, both tables column names are same, it will do auto mapping. See here. Is the mapping done automatically here? See here. This is my source table. Mapping already done. See. Okay. In left side you can see the data type for your column. That is N means number, varchar and date. This is your data type. This is a key symbol, that is table having primary key, your source table, same as your target table also, having primary key. Then if you want to know this table coming from which database, that is which schema it is coming from, click on your table, go to property inspector, there you can see data store details. Data store is nothing but a table, okay. ODA we will call as data store. If you click on data store, there you can see data store details. That is, it is coming from which model. See here, data store name, model name, logical schema name, context name, your physical schema name. This is your data server. All the details you can see here. Okay. If you go to your property window, there we can see all the details related to your data store. Okay. Same thing, if you want to know your target source table as well. Click on your source table, go down. Your data store, model, schema name, that is logical schema, context, physical schema, data server. So if you click on your table, right click, data. You can see data, available data in the table. So while click on the data, it is connecting directly based on your optimization context. It is not asking any context. That's why I told you optimization context we are using default. We are using default while developmental. Normally how it is connecting your physical schema based on optimization context. Based on optimization context. Here you can see the context already development is selected. Based on your logical schema and context true combination, it is connecting your physical schema. That is called this optimization context will be used like if you are testing your object, like data is available or not, number of rows. So this is a query window. You can write any queries here. You can write queries from your source database. You can write your queries. Okay. So there is a refresh button. The same thing your target table also, number of rows. This is our query window. Here you can say results. Done. Source table, I have only one table, and target table also have one table. But interface in 11G, you can use one interface, only one target table. But a source, you can use multiple data store. A target always only one data store. One data store you can use in target. Then mapping, it is done automatically because all column names are same. For example, there is some columns are not yet done. There are some, see here. These two columns there is no mapping, see here. Then how to do mapping? If it is not yet done automatically, we have to do manually. So select your source column, drag and drop to your target column. See like this. Select your source column, drag and drop to target column. So now this is done. If you want to know the properties, go to your property inspector. There you can see mapping properties. Your where it is executing on source. What are the options it is allowing? Insert and update. Then that column properties you can see data type, that is number, length, scale, that column name. So this is for that column properties, that is mapping properties. Okay. So this is basic thing, mapping tab. Mapping tab, there is a two windows, source mapping area, target mapping area. Target mapping area we can use only one target data store, but a source you can use multiple data store. So current we are going for only one source data store. Later other examples I will explain multiple data stores. Okay. Then go to flow tab. Go to flow tab. There is a quick edit one option available. There you can see the complete properties. Like if you have any joins, there is a joins window, filters, then your sources. Currently we have only one source. Okay. Then there is a lookup, one more transformation lookup available. So here, this is your complete target table mapping. So what is your target column name, data type, length, and your expression, that is your mapping. Same whatever you can see here, same you can see in quick editor. Okay. So that is. Then go to flow tab. Go to flow tab. So here you can see the complete flow diagram. Complete flow diagram. This is my source. Here you can see. This is my source. This is my target. Inside target I have a staging. Inside target I have a staging. And this is my target table. This is my target table. Okay. Then
staging area automatically created or how?
Dynamically it will create all staging tables. As discussed in KMs yesterday we discussed, right? With that,
Okay.
staging tables will
area
be
name is
created at runtime whenever you are executing a program.
okay. So how it automatically takes the default name or
Yeah,
you
it
can
will
manually
take
put
that
it?
$C as the standard name. For LKM it is a $C, IKM is $I. Okay. Then
No, like here staging area in the bracket here underscore dev underscore ds.
yeah, that will take from your target, right? That is your target data server name.
Okay.
So depending
So
on your
this
logical schema, here we select a logical schema as a target. See here.
okay. Yeah.
So that logical schema is available connected to your target data server. If you are using any other logical schema, that will be connected different. That is. So here there is option called staging area different from target. So if you don't want to maintain staging in other than target, you can maintain only target. Otherwise, if you want to maintain other than target, you can select particular logical schema. See here, I have selected different. This one is not selected. Say this is. I'm going to maintain the staging in my source itself. See here, source area, my staging. Then directly
Okay.
target. Other than source and target, normally we don't have other schemas here. That's why it is not showing here. So later, if you have any created any logical schemas like any server, that we can select. Currently, we have only source and target. So that's why I can select only source and target. Staging area different from target. If you want to maintain your staging other than target, you can choose and you can select your logical schema. So that is flow control. Complete flow diagram for your mapping. Complete flow diagram for your mapping.
So what about this SRC is equal to 0?
Repeat again.
So in the staging area, so we are seeing one more table, one more structure. SRC is equal to 0.
Here.
Yeah.
This is table. This is it will create a tables. Sets, all sets it will create.
So is it called C dollar table or?
No. Here naming conventions you can't see here. That will be created based on your knowledge modules. Okay, that I will show you. So click on your source diagram. Click on your source diagram. In property window you can see LKM selection. Here you can see LKM selection. You have to select your LKM. So before selection, first we need to import knowledge modules here. Go to your project, right click, import knowledge modules. So Oracle is providing, so that will be available in your installation folder. There is a folder called XML reference. From there you need to import here. There you need to import. Oracle is providing all knowledge modules. So that will be available in XML reference as a XML files. See here. This is your ODI home, Oracle DA and XML reference. There is a XML reference. There you can find all knowledge models. For example, CKM, you can choose. Then IKM, there are different types of IKM. If you want to go for SQL, you can use SQL. then LKM, there is SQL to Oracle, SQL to SQL, and SQL to Oracle, like this. I'm importing. So I'm importing this knowledge model. So here it will show the report, how many are imported, how many are imported after import this knowledge model. See here, this is the report, imported objects. This is original ID, it is inserted into your new ID. So there is an internal ID for every object in ODI. There is a internal ID in Oracle Data Integrator. That ID is, first number is your ID. The next 3 digits are your work repository ID. First number is your ID. Next 3 digits are your work repository ID. So our work repository ID is 7. So normally work repository ID it will accept maximum 3 digits. So remaining digits it will add 0, 0. Like this. See, if you go to your loading, there you can see knowledge model. If you go to version tab, there you can see your internal ID. So this ID is a unique identifier for entire objects in ODI. So every object.
How can you decide the knowledge model is a SQL or Oracle or?
So here you can see the name. Based on name, you have to identify that.
Okay.
So based on name, so SQL is supporting for all native databases. Oracle is only specific to Oracle. SQL is for any database. Like if the database is supporting native SQL, that you can use for your SQL.
We selected 4 tabs, right? I'm not sure which one. Like a SQL loader or something in the knowledge model.
See, here I can use a SQL to SQL or I can use SQL to Oracle. So my staging is Oracle, my source also Oracle. So both will work.
Yes.
SQL also will work, Oracle also work. Okay. Then same thing for CKM. There is a Oracle and SQL. SQL is for common for native databases. Okay. Oracle is only specific to Oracle.
Okay.
Then there is a IKM. IKM I am using the SQL. So SQL also you can use, Oracle also you can use. Now once you import these knowledge models, go to your interface, flow tab, click on your source diagram, click on your source diagram. There you can see LKM. See here, LKM. I have selected LKM. There is an option here. You want to drop this delete temporary object. LKM will create one temporary object called $table. If you want to drop the table after finishing interface, default it will be true, it will drop the table. If you don't want to drop that $table, you can enable false. So there are called options. Click on your target diagram, select, have to refresh this. Okay, sorry, we are using IKM file append actually. So file append is, if target is a file, we can go for a file append. Our target is database, that's why it is not displaying that. Okay, we need to use for Oracle, not a file. Our target is a table, it is not a file. So this is IKM SQL control append. You can use incremental update also if you want to use incremental update. I will tell you what are the differences for incremental update and control append. Click on your target diagram, choose IKM. In IKM there are different options available. Insert. So control append means it is only insert available. So you know the control append concept, right? The control append means blindly it is padding data in the table. That is, if target table data is available also, it will it won't validate any data in target table. Blindly, whatever you are receiving data from source, it will insert into your target table. There is no update concept in control append. Then commit. So after finishing your insert, it will commit separately. Then there is an option called flow control, static control. So yesterday, as we discussed, so there is a flow control and static control. Flow control means if your idle table having any duplicate records based on your constraint data validation, it will validate, it will remove and it will insert into your $E table. So if you enable flow control, you need a CKM. So go to control tab, there you need to select CKM. See here, CKM will be available in controls tab. CKM will be available in controls tab. See flow control. This is. So for example, if you're not selecting flow control, I don't want to validate any data. CKM is not required. CKM is not required. CKM is required if you are going for flow control or static control. Flow control or static control. Otherwise, it is not required. So there is another option, truncating target table. Truncating target table. Before loading your data, first there are some data available in target. If you want to delete the data, there is a truncate privileges. If you have a truncate privileges, you can use truncate. For example, if you don't have a truncate privileges, you can use delete. You can use delete. If you have a truncate privileges in target table, you can use truncate. If you don't have a truncate, you can use delete. Then, for example, if you don't have a target table in your target database, there is an option called create target table. Create target table. Then another option called delete temporary object. So IKM will create one more dollar table, that is $I table. IKM will create $I table. IKM will create $I table. If you want to drop $I table, default will be dropped. So if you want to maintain that $I table after finishing your mapping, maintain false. So it won't drop your $I table. Create target table. If you don't have a target table, you can enable this, it will create target table. Deleting target table data, that is using delete command. If you have a truncate privileges, so truncate is fast compared to delete, so you can use truncate if you have a truncate privileges. Remaining these three, flow control, static control, this is 3 is for data validation related to constraint, that is another knowledge model called CKM. Okay, committing target table. So there is only one command here. We have insert. So this is all the options available at IKM level. So there is one more option called distinct rows. While selecting data from source, you want to apply distinct, you can apply distinct. This is. You can select distinct. Later I will explain this example. Currently I am using delete all. I am not using any flow control or static control. Save your interface. So while saving your interface, it will ask locking mechanism. There is one option called locking mechanism. It is asking to lock the object. Yes, I want to lock my object. So once you lock this object, it is not editable for other users. For example, I have created this interface, right? Maybe in other user, if they want to edit this, they cannot edit. Lock objects only editable for only who are locked the object, not for other users. That is called locking mechanism. Locking. So other users can use only for view privileges. That is, they will get a view privileges, but for you will get all the privileges. For other users, they will get view privileges. That is locking. So you can see lock symbol is available. For example, if you try to log in with any other user, users, you can see, yeah, there is a test user. If you try to log in with any other user, So I'm logging with, sorry, same user I'm logging. If I log in with the same user, that I can see all privileges. That lock will show as a yellow color. For whatever your logged objects, it will show for you yellow color. For other users, it will show red color. I will show that. So it is showing that logged object. I'm logging with test. So there is bad credentials. I will change the password here. Currently this user don't have any privileges to access. This user I will assign as a supervisor again. So I will disconnect. So I'm logging as a test user. I think it is unlock the object. Now I'm trying to unlock this again. So what I'm going to now, I'm locking this object. See, for this user it will show as a yellow color. So we log in as a supervisor. This one also supervisor. Test user. So I'm locking this object. Go to the other user. See here, you can see different colors. So that is, if you try to open this, see you cannot edit this object because it is locked by another user supervisor. You can only view it. See, you cannot edit anything. It is only view privileges. Okay. That is, I can't change my logical schema. That is, for other users, locked object it will show as a red color. For you, it will show as a green, yellow color. So this is a locking mechanism available for object level. For object level, if you want to lock, right click. There is option called locks. You want to unlock, you can unlock. Okay. So after finishing your development, if you want to know your execution process, how it is executing, there is a execution button here. Click on your current window and execute, or right click on your interface. There is an option called execute button. So you can click on execute. It will open one execution window. It will open one execution window. So this is your context. That is your runtime context, where you want to run your program. There you can select context, agent, your agent. If you are going for standalone, you can use standalone agent or local agent. there is a logging level. If you want to maintain the logs, so ODI is providing 0 to 6 log levels. 0 means you won't get any log. 0 means you won't get any log. 1 means it will display session, that status. Steps wise you won't find anything. 2 means you can find a steps wise. That I will show that in operator how we can debug the logs, everything. So there is one more option called simulation. This simulation will show your complete execution report. It will show complete execution report. For example, I am selecting simulation. Click on OK. So it will give a complete report for your execution. So this is your interface name. So first is LKM. LKM, what this will do? It will drop the $C table if already exists. Next it will create $C table. Next it will select data from source table. See here, that is your source development. Then it will insert into $C table. So this is complete background process. It will give a report. That is, simulation is nothing but it will give a complete report for your execution process. Then we enable a deleting data from target table. That's why you can see delete from target table. Then after that, inserting data into your target table, whatever you have selected data in $C table. So this is called simulation. You can save as this XML or HTML format. This report, if you want to save, you can save this. Okay. So that is simulation. For example, I want to run my interface. So select your context, log level 5 or so 5 is the maximum. 6 also they are providing for future. Okay. Then click on OK. Now it will display one window, session started. Session started means the session is started. Like it will create one session. Go to your operator. There you can monitor running jobs. Today, this is job executed. This is our session ID 5007. So session also it will create unique ID. First one is unique ID. Next 3 are your work repository IDs. So our work repository ID is 7. So the work repository ID maximum is 3 digits. That's why remaining 2 digits will assign in 00. Then this is your session ID. This is your interface name. Then down you can see steps. Loading step, that is LKM steps. Integration, that is IKM steps. First, dropping $C table if already exists. See here, if you open that task, there you can see complete information. Session task, that is your name. Record statistics, like number of records inserted, deleted, total selection rows, updated, error. So this is drop table, so that's why everything you can see is a 00. Execution start 6, job start time and end time. So total duration 2 seconds. Actually it is failed because the table or view does not exist. First time we are running $C table, there is no $C table in database. So there is an option called ignore errors. It will ignore and it will continue the next step. Go to code tab. There you can see how exactly written in background. That is drop table. That is development, target development, $C _EMP. Next step, creating work table. That is create work table. You can see. Go to code tab. It is a creating $C table. Go to third step, load data. So total number of rows 18. Go to code tab. Here you can see selecting data from source. that is a source code. From your schema, that is source schema. Target code, inserting into your C dollar table. This is selecting data from source, inserting data into your staging, that is C dollar table. Integration. So currently we are using IKM control append. So control append without flow control, So that time it is not creating any I dollar table. So directly it will load data from your C dollar table to target table. So that is integration. We enable delete data from target. First we are deleting data, that is number of selected rows, delete rows 18, 18. Then inserting rows. So the number of rows selected 18 and insert rows also 18. Code you can see here. Insert into your target table from your I dollar table, from your C dollar table. Then committing. There is a commit, one more task will be there, that is commit task. So finally, after finishing your interface, it will drop your work table, that is your C dollar table. Again, after finishing your interface, it will drop your C dollar table. Then go to your database, you can see the data. See, 18 records are inserted, total 18 records. If I run again, again what will happen? Again it will insert. Again it will insert 18 rows. Again I am selecting development context, click on OK. See? Again number of rows inserted 18. So control append means we are selected IKM as control append. Control append means always insertion only. If target table is having data also, it won't validate. It will insert data in target table. Okay, that is control append. Only padding data into table. That is control append. Then, if you are talking about the log levels, if I log level select as 0, see here I am selecting 0. There you can't see anything log in your operator. See I am selecting 0, then click on start session. Session started. See, there is no log, nothing. But program is executed. Program is executed. Data also is available. See, data also is available. But log we can't see anything. So that is 0 means we can't see any log in our operator. So it won't create any log. 1 means only we can see session, not for all steps. Session started, you can see. See, session created.
Okay.
See, there is no other steps. Normally, if there are some steps you can see, loading and integration. But here you can't see any steps. 1 means we can see only program, session and the success or failure. Then if I make as a 2 means we can see task wise, each task wise, but not complete logs. We can see the tasks. See here. See. The total rows selected, total rows inserted and deleted. If you go for previous task, this is the same. So only task 3 only we will get to know all that is log 3 will get in all the tasks. See here. See, if you select 3, it will display all your logs.
Okay.
So this is called log levels 4 and 5. So 4 and 5 some other variables information. If you have using any variables, 4 and 5 it will display some variables information. So 3 is like task wise it will display. 3 is minimum. Task wise if you want to display data in your like a log, it will display minimum 3 log level. So this is called log levels in ODI. Then if you are using other knowledge model, there is called incremental update. Incremental update means it will validate the data in target table. If already available, I'm not deleting data my target table. If already available, it won't insert. See here. I'm running my interface again with incremental update. Okay, click on OK. Now you will get additional steps here. Go to your operator. See. So integration steps are created more. That is first dropping your $I table. Now $I table is steps coming. Then creating flow table, that is your $I table. See here, creating $I table with one additional column called indicator update. There is a one flag column. It will create in $I table. Then it will insert data from your $C table to $C table to $I table, and the flag default flag as I for insert. Then there is for flow rows update one more command it will be there. It will validate in target table. If primary key data already available, it will say as U for update.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever records already there in target, it will say as update. But in that update, if all data is same, again we no need to update, right? That is called useless rows. Go to code. If all records are same, all column names, everything is same, it will update as N. N means useless rows in your $I table. So after this, based on your flag, if flag is I, it will insert into, see here, updating existing rows into your target table. See, it is selecting from your $I table where flag is U, and it is updating into your target table. Insert new rows into our target table. It is selecting where flag is I, and it is inserting into our target table. Based on the flag, if it is I, it will insert. If it is U, it will update. If it is N, it is ignoring that. N is nothing but useless rows. Then finally is commit, dropping your both $C, $I table. That is drop flow table, drop work table. So that's why integration will come into the picture if you are going for incremental update or if you are going for flow control or static control. Okay. Now, if I use flow control means CKM. I am enabling flow control, you can see here. Go to control tab, select a CKM SQL, save and run your interface. So CKM means control, you can see this is control. before inserting into your target table, your flow control will validate data. First, data it will insert into your idle table. See here, the data is inserted into your idle table. Once you will get a data in idle table, then your control will validate. Before inserting into target table. After control only you can see update or insert into a target table. What your control will do? Control will create two tables. One is error table, one is check table. I told you. One is first time it will create SNP check tab table. It's a common error table for all interfaces. There it will store schema name, table name, error type, error message, error date, number of rows, constraint type. Constraint means it is a unique constraint or null constraint, like that. Then it will create e-dollar table with all your target table columns. So this is your target table column. And additional error type, error message, error date. Then inserting primary key errors. Inserting primary key errors into your e-dollar table. How to identify primary key errors means there is a logic. Here you can see this is your logic. Based on employee number, if I have more than one employee, count I will get a 2, right? If it is more than one employee, it will select from your idle table and it will insert into e-dollar table. So that is identifying duplicate rows. So after inserting into e-dollar table, you need to delete from idle table, right? That is deleting from idle table where error record that is available in e-dollar table. Okay. So this is called data validation using constraint related, that is duplicate data. Then that duplicate data, if you are receiving from any source, it will delete and it will insert into our e-dollar table. Now it will insert only valid records into our target table. This is flow control. Next, static control. Static control, if I enable, what will happen? I am enabling true. See, static control, save your interface, run your program. So what is static control? Static control will validate on target table, not in idle table. Okay. See here. So this is flow control. This is flow control will validate on before inserting into your target table. But static control, again you can see another steps are added. So here you can see insert primary key errors, validating on target table. See, if target table having any duplicate rows, it will insert into your e-dollar table, but it is not deleting any error records from your target table. But if it is flow control means, here you can see validating on e-dollar table. Flow control means validating on e-dollar table. Static control means validating on your target table. This is the difference. So after inserting into your target table, then your static control will validate on target table. That is additional steps you can see here. Flow control means before inserting into target table, it will validate on idle table. That is flow control. So this is called flow control, static control. Then we'll insert some duplicate records into your source table. So next example I will show. Okay, there we can see that data is rejecting or not. Okay, tomorrow we'll see. Okay. We will insert some duplicate records into source table. Then we will see flow control is how it is working. Then static control how it is working. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Static control means after inserting into target table, your control will validate on target table. Flow control means before inserting into target table, it will validate on idle table. It will validate on idler table. So this is the difference between flow control, static control. I think yesterday I already explained you this regarding. See here, flow control means idler table to idler table. Static control means target table to idler table.
Okay.
So yesterday we covered all these basic things about knowledge models. This is idler table. Flow control means idler table to idler table. Static control means target table to idler table. So here you can see flow control validating on idler table before inserting into target table. Static control, this we are using for only information to know duplicate rows in target table. So it will validate on, see, this static control will use for target table. I don't have a database primary key or unique key constraint. So if it target table having a primary key or unique constraint, so it won't accept duplicate rows. So it is not required to use CKM, static control.
Okay.
So this is complete flow control, static control. So as we discussed, see here, incremental update means it will update, it will create one indicator update flag. There default it will insert I. Then if data already available U, if there is no changes, it will update as useless rows.
Okay.
Based on U, it will update into target table. Based on I, it will insert into target table. So there is one more knowledge model called control append. Control append means if you are not using any CKM, without CKM, it is not creating any idler table. Directly it will insert data from CDollar table to target table. Okay. If you are using IKM control append with CKM, that time this idler table will be created.
Okay.
Idler table will create if you are using CKM or if you are going for incremental update. If you are going for incremental update. If you are using control append without CKM, idler table is not required. Why? Because integration is not required and validation is not required. So that is directly CDollar table to target table. So idler table is not required if you are using control append without CKM. Okay. So this is basic thing about your interface. So next we'll continue with other examples like multiple source tables like joins, filters. So how to use filters, how to go for data sets. Remaining we'll go for next class. So this is the basic thing understanding about the interface. How we'll create an interface and how we'll load data from your source table to target table. So you can go through the basic things and tomorrow we'll continue with other examples. Okay. Yes.
Can you send me that screenshot?
Yeah, I will send that.
Okay. Yeah, let me go through that and I will practice as per the diagram.